Excited to have you here. As you know, my wife LaDon and I are the co-founders of the Success and Money Foundation.org. We're a nonprofit educational foundation, an NGO, or a charity. We teach kids, teens, young adults, and adults, including you, about success and money because most likely you didn't learn it in school. Now, where I'm going to talk to you on more depth about real estate. Now, why real estate? You have to have a place to live. Every one of you have to have a place to live. And the majority of people do not own their own real estate. The reason we buy real estate, the reason that we do investing is because we want to beat inflation. We want to get our money working for us. We want to beat inflation and have it go up in value. That's all part of the wealth formula. So now, real estate is a big part of what we do. This foundation was founded and funded. We put money into this foundation to run it, $3 million into this foundation, and we did it with real estate, buying real estate, fixing it up, and then turning around and selling it or keeping it. We did it with Berkshire Hathaway stock, and we did it with real estate. And so I've got my good friend on here, Mr. John Lee. We're going to be talking about some of his fix-ups and stuff we did, and we're going to be doing some more fun stuff in the future on this. But I want to talk to you about the potential of this because it's about finding opportunities. And the same strategies that we use to find it, fund it, fix it, farm it, and flip it, those 5 F's, you can do with anything. It doesn't have to be real estate. It could be a car. It could be a computer. It could be clothes. It could be food. But the same strategies work. We just change what it's all about. So I got my good friend on here, John Lee's on here, and we're going to talk about fixer-uppers and rehabbing and things like that because as we did the survey, the majority of people said they either know how to do it or they'll figure it out. John, let's talk about that section. Go ahead.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Warner, for the health updates. I'll tell you, that's made all the difference for me. Just not eating processed foods and just kind of watching what my intake is. So I appreciate that and the reminder. Just a little bit. I didn't have as much time as I would like to get out some things. I was on a panel last night. We got home late, but I wanted to show you a couple things. This is in a few different ways how we got these. This is a house actually that I bought before it got on the market. Some of your best deals are not the ones you're going to see listed for sale out there with for sale signs on them or listed through a realtor. But this one was right before it got there. We paid $56,000 for this particular home right here, and we rented it for a little while. We did put a little bit of money into it, not much, a few $1,000s, and we had some good renters, some bad renters. We ended up selling this house ourselves, and we sold it for $119,000. Okay, a few years later. This next one here's another one we bought. This one's out of town a little bit, and this one we did end up putting quite a bit into this. We paid $56,000 for this house right here, and there's a barn you can see out there. It had a long history before we bought it. The yard was really grown up, and I don't have pictures ahead before that because we had a fire 2 years ago, so I don't have those. This is more of a current picture. But we put probably about $20,000 into this. We sold this house not too long ago for $199,000. So it's quite a bit of difference right there. This was not bought from a house for sale. This was not known. The way I found this house is I put signs out. I put we buy houses, cash or takeover payments. That's the same signs that I talk about. I bought many years ago. They're called bandit signs, and those are it's a really good way to find houses because people will call. In fact, I don't have signs out right now because I don't want people to call me because I have too many things that come to me. And but if you really want to get your name out there, get some signs out there. There's all kinds of places you can put it. Just put it where there's a lot of traffic. This particular one though was we more than doubled our money on this house, which was quite a bit. And that's how you find it though. This house it needed work. It was full of stuff. The guy, the girl girl that had it, her and her husband, they rented it to their brother, which as you find out as you go along, you really don't want to deal much business with family and friends because of different things. But this house was just full of stuff. It took us several months to get it cleaned out alone, because we had to, we had to haul stuff off trailers and trailers full of stuff. We actually put a couple bedrooms in the basement, which was not a big deal, just because it's a split level there. And we just made it more usable. And so it turned into from a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with not very much money. And it just really increased the value, almost doubled the value of what the home was worth. This one here, this is one I'm working on right now, and I brought this one up. This is a house I got for free. Okay, if you see on the left side, this was the condition I got it in. Now, one of the strategies I use, I like to look for people getting behind in their taxes, okay, and not quite yet to the tax delinquent sale. Every county around the United States and in different parts, actually of the world, they have if you don't pay your taxes, the government will take it over and sell it. There's different strategies on that. There's liens, and then there's certificates. I don't buy anything from the tax sales. I never have, but I've dealt with over 3,000 properties that I've gotten either over the counter, buying them directly from the tax entity, which would be the county, the collector, the treasurer, whoever it is in your particular area. But I like to get a hold of people before they get there. And this particular one, I just ask them. I just say, hey, you got a property coming up that's got taxes, penalties, interest, and things. I send them a small letter. It's about 2 or 3 paragraphs long. And then I send them a deed, and I say, if you want me to, I'd be willing to take over your property, and your taxes and all the responsibility comes with it. Just simply get this deed notarized and send it back to me. Well, this is one that somebody gave to me. I sent out. I went and looked at. I usually don't even look at them. I usually just go off the list. But we were going down this area for some other properties deals we have, and so I picked out 5 of them one day. I spent a couple hours, just looked them up and kind of sifted through all the ones that were coming up on the tax sale. Now the tax sale was in August. This was probably in May or June, something like that. And I just sent out some letters. I sent out 5 letters, and we went and looked at the houses. I took some pictures, and I got one back. The guy gave it to me. And that's the kind of percentages I like. I like 20%. I don't like to send out more than about 10 letters without getting something back. But this one, of course, it had lots of money in back taxes. It had about $4,600 or $4,800 in back taxes due. It had some grass cutting fees from the city, because if you don't cut the grass, they will, and then they put a lien on your property. So this one had some money due right off the bat. Now, once I get the deed back, then I do more of my due diligence to see if I even want the property. This particular one, I did want it because it was a really nice neighborhood, and that's key right there. One of the strategies I like to look for in ways we made a lot of money is you want the worst house in the best neighborhood, if that makes any sense. Because right next door, the house here was $229,000. One across the street was $201. Caddy Corner is like $189. Then the one next to it is a rental property. I think it showed about $85,000 is what the value was. But the potential was there. So I went ahead and we took this on. Now, so far, you can see on the right, we put a new roof. They've been working on this house. It's come a long way. It's had a long way to go. We had some foundation issues, and one of the things you'll find as you get into this too is the first contractor we had was not as good as I would like to have, because this is a little bit further out of my area than normal. But we went through some stuff, a couple extra time involved. But that's what you run into when you start doing these kind of projects. There's always these unknown factors that you don't count on. So as much as you think you can, you think even when the experts don't know, because once you tear a wall up, you see what's really behind it. Once you get into like in this case, we got the foundation fixed in the back finally, and then we started putting the roof on, but we found out there was 5 layers of roof, and they kept patching it up, so all that had to be removed. So as of today, This picture on the right, I just took on Monday. We drove by there because I was down there, doing some other business at the courthouse and some things. But this picture we just took on the right, so far as of today, we've got probably about $38,000 cash into this property. We expect to make about $100,000 though when this is all said and done within the next couple months, and I'll be happy to keep you updated on there. But that's the way I really like to find these properties. This is what I like to do. I'm not really actively looking for extra projects right now, but when they come my way, I'll take them on. And what I want to encourage you to do is to become a deal hunter. Okay, that's where the money is. There's always plenty of money if you can find the deal, and that's the hardest part. And that's what I know. When I got started, Robert Allen had the book Nothing Down. That gave me so many good strategies to start with this. Just start looking for stuff and just kind of keep your mind open to find these. You need motivated sellers. Okay, that's that's the key right there, because things happen to a lot of us as time goes on. You got to look for a problem. Very rarely is there a real estate problem. It's always a person problem. Okay, most of the problems have a name, a first name and a last name. You got to find out what that is, and then what you want to do. What I've found over the years is you turn your problem or their problem into your challenge. How can I fix this and make it to where this will work for everyone involved? And what I found also is you don't concentrate on the money so much. You concentrate on making their problem into a solution. And that's the money just kind of comes with that. And you just solve the problem. It really is that simple. I know we talked about being bird dogs before, and that's that's something that if you learn this skill, just become a deal hunter, you will always have money that can come your way, because we always need a place to live, all of us, and we always have things that happen. One of the things when I was a mortgage broker years ago that I noticed is 30-year mortgages seldom work today. It's not like when our parents just got a loan and they lived there forever. Today, our world is totally different. About every 5 to 7 years, there's a major life change. People have divorces, deaths. There's just all kinds of things that happen, and they become non-wanters, or don't wanters. And it's just to real quickly, we'll take a look at some of these. How do you find these people? Well, you can run ads. That's real simple. Today, we have all these places like Craigslist and all these Zillow and all these different things. You can just run ads. For sale by owners, look at their ads. Look for must sell, handyman special. There's a lot of keywords you can kind of look at skim through ads to look at these. You run your own ads. You put your signs out. You can run cards, or you just hand out cards. Put it on your stationery. We buy houses, and people will come to you. Just be the person that solves the problems. Networking in groups. There's so many ways we can get into groups nowadays. Our group met last night. St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. There are so many groups like that out there. You can go to Meetup today and just kind of search that and look for groups that in real estate related. There's a lot of wholesaling groups out there. People look for that. That's also where you'll find your buyers once you find properties for sale. You can go to other people that do exactly what you do. People put out signs, call them up. What are you looking for? And you can kind of network back and forth with those. And then public records. I'd like to get into this a little bit more with details at another time. We don't really have time today, but I want to show you very specifically. In fact, one of the things I'd like to show you is just to show you, maybe we could walk through and find a deal together, because this is how you do it. And there's not a lot of people that actually show you some of these details out there. There's a lot of good courses, and I recommend that you get educated. The main thing is stay educated, see what others are doing. And there's a lot of free information out there, but just kind of get out there and get started. But public records, I'd like to show you exactly how to walk through a deal, and we'll do that for another time when we have a little bit more time, if that's okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you today. And I wish I would have had a little more time to put it together, but I did not, because I was due to time constraints. But that's what I have for today. Just become a deal hunter. That's what I want to stress for you.
Thanks, John. What John is doing and what he's teaching you are the things that I did, which are the things that my dad taught me. And the biggest thing that just rang home from what he was talking about is to find a deal. You make your profit the day you buy it. You cash the check the day you sell it. Okay. You make your profit going in. You find out, you might have to do some fix up or whatever, but you make your profit the day you buy. You want to get something that's under market. Now, if inflation takes it up and makes it worth more money in the future, that's great. That's extra gravy for us. But you got to find a good deal. And 97%, 98% of all the real estate that's out there for sale right now does not fit our criteria. It just doesn't fit. I'm looking for that 1%. I'm looking for that 2% that's different. I'm looking for that unique property that's different, or the finance, whatever the problem is, we can find a solution for it. But the first thing is just know that the vast majority of properties out there do not fit our criteria. Just like if in your business, most of the things that are out there do not fit, it's a small percentage. And that's why we do what we do. And so I'm so grateful for John. He's got some wonderful books, and he's been so wonderful to share those books in the foundation. This is a legacy project for all of us, including John, Warner, the whole team. This is how we're giving back. We're giving back our secrets. We're the magicians, and we pull rabbits out of the hat all the time. And you guys look at us and go, how do you pull the rabbit out of the hat? Well, that's what we do. And we're teaching you how to be magicians, because, once you learn how the guy did it, it's not that impressive. It's like, oh, that's what he did. I can do that. So we're going to jump in, and we're going to do a quick little celebration right now, because I want to, and then we're going to jump in and keep going with some more great information. So thanks again. Make a difference, guys. Make it happen. Remember that every life is precious. We'll see you back.